Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how much we are spending this year to homeschool our only child here in the Philippines. So if that information is something that might be useful to you, stick around and watch the rest of the video. So my name is Elaine and I am a homeschooling mom to one kid. He is 5 years old and he will be kindergarten to this coming school year. And I didn't really plan on making this video actually. If you can see the rest of the videos here in our channel, you'll see that we vlog, but I just write the caption underneath the video because I'm not really used to speaking in front of a camera like this. But I thought about creating this video in order to give other parents an idea as to how much homeschooling might cost them if they do decide to go down that path, because I know that a lot of parents are still apprehensive about going back to face-to-face classes. It's either that or they really enjoyed their time together during the pandemic and they enjoyed learning together at home and they want to foray into the world of homeschooling. So I wanted to share how much we are spending this year in order to give other parents an idea as to what you might be spending on if you do decide to homeschool your kid. Okay, so before I share with you the amount that we're spending on homeschooling this year, let me begin by saying that I am by no means an expert in homeschooling. In fact, as I have said, my son is only in kindergarten too. So in terms of insights and other questions, I'm sure veteran homeschoolers can answer that, and there are a lot of them on YouTube. But what I am sharing here are based on our experiences and the choices we've made as a homeschooling family for around 2, almost 3 years now, because I've actually been homeschooling my kid since he was 2.5 years old. And so also, I'm not pegging this to be the typical cost of homeschooling here in the Philippines, because it can vary from one homeschooling family to another. It can depend on a lot of factors like how many children you're homeschooling, or your preferred method for learning, or your approach to learning, whether or not you're enrolled with a homeschool provider, the materials that you use, the curriculum that you've chosen, and like the other activities that you are doing in your homeschool, or other materials that you're using to supplement your homeschool. So you can homeschool for much less or much more than what we're spending. This is just based on our family and homeschooling one kid. So our homeschool expenses for this year are divided into three main categories. The first is our homeschool provider, second is our curricula, and third is our monthly recurring expenses, or anything homeschool related for which we set aside a certain budget for every month. For our homeschool provider this year, we've chosen to enroll with Centris Homeschool Philippines, and our tuition fee with them this year is 36,800. And we've decided to avail of their installment plan, which means we've already paid half of the tuition fee last February. That was 18,400. And then we will be paying the second half in February 2023. That's another 18,400. So as you can see, it's well spaced out and it's not too hard on the pocket. So I will probably go more in depth with Centris as a homeschooling provider and their services in a different video, but just to give you an overview, the 36,800 includes their whole suite of services which they make available to homeschooling families enrolled with them. So that includes the school accreditation. Centris is an accredited homeschool provider by the Department of Education, and they can also handle all your learners or your students' complete records. Aside from that, they have assessments for 4 quarters and also a screening test prior to the school year. And they also have parent-teacher trainings for those who may be wanting some counseling and mentoring in their homeschooling journey. They also have STEAM classes and character and leadership classes for kids. So every week, the students can meet up with other learners who are in their batch, and they have Zoom classes. So this is like their supplementary classes for their homeschoolers. And then they also have, if needed, a learning gap intervention plan. They can also set that up for the students, and a whole lot of things. In fact, we haven't even started the school year yet, and already they've provided so much support to me personally. So I really like the way that Centris is supporting homeschooling families like me, especially that my son is only in kindergarten too. So we're just really at the beginning of our journey. So the second part of our homeschooling expenses is our curriculum. We enrolled with Centris Homeschool because they allow open curriculum, and what that means is that you are allowed to choose and use your own materials, your own textbooks, your own workbooks, or anything related to whatever you want to learn. So here is our homeschool curriculum card, and I will show you what's inside and how much everything costs. Alright, I've flipped you over, and we're going to do this quick because my battery is dying, and I'll just show you again this our curriculum in a different video. Dami ng different video. But okay, for starters, so we bought our curricula from different stores in the US. Underneath, umpisa tayo sa ilalim. These are just notebooks which I bought locally on Shopee. So, but over here, first of all, we are a Catholic family. So, we have an extensive list of materials for Catholic education. Like this one we bought from Ascension Press. If you are familiar with Father Mike Schmitz from Bible in a Year, then you might know Ascension Press. Ooh, they started drilling again. And this is from Sophia Institute. This is our main catechism curriculum. And this is from Ascension Press. This is from Catholic Heritage Curricula. And also our art lessons from Catholic Heritage Curricula. And our Latin workbook from, I bought this on Rainbow Resource, but the publisher is Classical Academic Press. So formally we're going to start with Latin in maybe first grade or second grade pa, but because this is Song School Latin, which takes a singing approach to learning Latin, I thought that this would be appropriate for Jacob now because he can read na rin naman. So he'll be able to learn simple Latin words. And then the bulk of our curricula is actually from Memoria Press. That's what we use for ELA. And over here you'll see our traditional spelling, phonics, Storytime Treasures, and the teacher guides. I don't know where the other one is out there. And our handwriting is Getty to Bay, but I'm not sure if we're gonna change that. And then for geography, this is from Rainbow Resource also. Children just like me, then we're gonna be reading some living books. And then down here, we have Life for Beginners. This is by Master Books. And then this is Rod and Staff Math, also from Memoria Press. Oh my gosh, please excuse my really chipped nail polish. I am not prepared for this video, but thought that this is something I want to do today, to share how much we're spending for our homeschool, to give you guys an idea based on our decisions for this year, which is to get our curricula mostly from the States. And so here are some other resources. These are just some coloring books from Seton. We were enrolled with them last year for kindergarten. So Jacob is now kindergarten 2. So Um, Overall, our curricula costs almost as much as our homeschool provider. So, which is around 31,000, I think, if you convert it to pesos. And as to why we choose to buy our buy our materials from the US, well, quality. So, yeah. So the total cost of our homeschool curriculum is 31,786 pesos. And again, in a different video, I might discuss why we chose to get our materials from the US. So let's save that for a different talk. But yes, so I already converted that because, as I've mentioned, all of these were bought from the US, so I converted it from dollars, and I used $1 is to 54 pesos for the conversion rate. So it's 31,786. So for the third category of expenses, we have those monthly recurring expenses or other homeschool related activities. So that includes our football class and also the apps that we use to supplement our lessons. So for the apps, I am subscribed to Twinkle, which is 189 pesos a month. From Twinkle, I can download as many resources as I want, unlimited, and we are Twinkle ambassadors, so I use Twinkle a lot. And that expense is deducted from my GCash every month. So it's really, I don't think much of it anymore. I just see that every month they deduct 189 pesos from my GCash, and I think it's really value for money because there are hundreds of thousands of learning resources available in Twinkle. And then the other app that we use is Epic, which is an online collection of ebooks, and we pay 499 a month for that. And then our football class is 7,500 for 12 sessions. So aside from these three major expenses, which are homeschool provider, curricula, and our monthly recurring expenses, we also set aside budget for buying books, which are my favorite thing to buy. We mostly buy from Fully Book or from sellers on IG of pre-loved books. And we've amassed quite a collection of books already. Pwede nang pang mini library in a school. And also, we buy our own supplies, our school supplies, office supplies, craft supplies, art supplies, and yeah, so pretty much that's it. And also gas, because since we're already starting to go out, we will be scheduling more field trips this year, and hopefully when it is really really safe to take Jacob elsewhere now, then we might consider flying to places to as part of our education. So that's it. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram or comment down below, or send me an email at lifewiththelarines@gmail.com. I'll also put it on the description box. Thank you for watching this video.